How did you find out that your partner was cheating on you? You may stay.
So I'd been seeing this guy for 2 years, and our relationship was on and off because I didn't feel like it's the guy I want to commit with or the guy that I want to marry or give my full term commitment, long term commitment, if I may say. So, but for him, he was so obsessed, and I was thinking his obsession towards me was because of love. But I came to know he's a narcissist. Anyway, put that aside. I'm gonna call him James. So what happened is this particular day when I came to find out he was cheating on me, we had I had a dental appointment in Nairobi town CBD, and because I don't drive in CBD because of the commotion of the vehicles, so I took an Uber to get me there. And it was during a weekday, it was on a Tuesday, and I knew he was working because, and he knew also I was going for that appointment. So after I was done with the appointment, because he worked not too far away from town, so I told him I was done with my appointment, and it was around maybe around 4 p.m. And I knew his time off work was around 5 p.m. So I told him I'm done with my appointment. He told me, let's catch up at our base. There's a certain base that we used to go and catch up there. So he told me, get there and I'll be coming over. So I went there, and he came with the company car, and obviously I had gone there with an Uber. So after some time we had some drinks, and then we had some chicken because he loves chicken. And after that he told me, we either going to my place or I'm coming with you. That's what he said to me. And because for me, when I'm going on a staycation or if I'm going to a sleepover, I like to carry my amenities, my personal effects. So I had not carried that because I knew I was not going to sleep over at his place. I was not going to stay anywhere over that night. So I just carried my usual, like the usual thing that you carry every day in your purse. So I told him, no, I can't sleep at your place. Let's then go to my place. And because now he was having the company car, he called his friend to come and pick the car to return it in the office compound. So that's what happened. And then it was our time to take an Uber to my place. It was supposed to be a beautiful day because it was going on well, but it was the longest and the toughest and the worst day as much as I can remember. So what happened is, so we took an Uber, and because I knew I was not having a guest that day, I didn't have like food that I was gonna cook for him. So I told him, let's pass by the nearby supermarket in my apartment, and get a few things that we can just go and cook. So we got in there, we got our stuff, and we actually bought chicken because he loves chicken anyway. We bought chicken, we bought a few things, warus and stuff like that. Waru is potatoes. So we got that. And I made chips, and then he made the chicken. He makes very good chicken. And we were having a good time, I'm telling you. I never saw this coming. So after we ate, I went to the shower. I showered first, and then after I came out of the shower, I prepared his stuff. When you have a guest in your place, you have to prepare like the towel and the things they are gonna use for the shower. So I told him, you can go in while I was waiting for him in a towel in my sitting room. So he got in the shower, and then while he was taking the shower, his mobile phone was just next to me, and I knew he had shared with me his password for the phone. He had a pattern for the phone, and I knew also his M-Pesa number. Like I used to think he's very transparent and honest with me, because someone sharing these credentials with you, you feel like this person is honest and loving towards you. He doesn't want to hide anything or keep secrets away from you. So I never planned like to check this number. I never planned to open or touch his phone for any reason whatsoever. So I was seated, wrapped in my towel. He's in the shower. His phone is here. I took the phone and I said, because it's our phone. He said, I have the password. I can check. So the moment I opened, I never went to the WhatsApp or any other app. My mind just told me, go to the Facebook Messenger. Upon clicking the messenger, my God, oh my God. Upon clicking the messenger, I saw a lot of messages from women, conversation that had been going on. And to make it worse, because he had shared with me his past two girlfriends, like the relationship, how it was like. I knew them, even the pictures. So the moment I opened, some of the two girls that I've been talking, they are his exes, plus other girls. And because we don't share we didn't share the same language, there are other women who are even using his tribal language that I didn't even understand what was going on. So for me, I just opened the messages that were in English that I could understand. And there were even some voice notes, back and forth conversation between these women. And the one that broke my heart most, not breaking my heart, but that made me really feel this guy is not a good person. There was a new girl, like this, like I feel like he is the one who had attempted to talk to her. So this girl was like, "This is my number. Call me. Then you can just give me the information on my number instead of the." I think that girl didn't want the conversation to go on the messenger, so she gave the number to this guy so that the guy can call her. Now I don't know how far this had gone. I don't know if the guy had already called this particular girl. I don't know where the situation, how far they had gone, because this now ex of mine had even indicated to the girl where they are supposed to meet along the usual base that we always catch up. So it was near that place that he was telling this girl, "Come to this place." Now the girl said, "Take my number and call me." My God. Now, upon finding that information out, I was trembling, I was sweating. Remember, I'm still on my towel. And I couldn't even finish all the messages. I was just couldn't believe this guy who has been pretending all this long could do this to me. Like, I thought he is obsessed with me because he loves me and he doesn't want to be with anyone else. And now seeing these kind of messages, they broke my heart. Like, I couldn't be able to hold myself. And I stood up and I went to knock at the bathroom door. Actually, it was not locked. He was almost coming out. And I told him, "James, I almost said his name. I said, "James, I saw all your messages on Messenger. What can you say about it? What can you explain?" But still, I was shaking. So I went to the bedroom. I took my sweatpants and a hood, but I didn't know where I was going. I happened to take house keys. I got my car keys in my pocket, but at this time I was going crazy. I didn't know where I was going. While I was talking to him, I was just throwing words because I was not composed at all. I told him, what have been going on? I saw all your messages. The first thing he said, "Why did you check my phone?" I said, "You gave me the password because you knew you are not hiding anything from me." Oh my goodness. At this time, I took the key. I went down. I told him, "Leave my house immediately." And it was around 11:30, because we were preparing to go to bed. I told him, "Leave my house. I can't stay here. It's either I leave or you leave." And I knew he was coming from very far. His place is really far. It's near the place of work, and it's outside Nairobi. And he was already my place is a bit far from Nairobi. It's around 45 minutes away from Nairobi. So he had to leave. I didn't care. I said, "I'm not spending the night with you here. It's either you leave or I leave. I go to my parents' place." That's what I had said in my head, because I couldn't imagine sharing a bed with this guy, or even a space with this guy after finding out all these things, after he's been lying to me. So when I went downstairs, I left him in the house. So I think he just dressed up, and he was also very confused because I didn't give him a chance to talk. So I went downstairs. In our apartment, there are some security guards, and I didn't know what I was doing. I was going crazy at this time. I told them, "Look, I had a fight with my boyfriend. I want you to come up, accompany me. Let him leave my house because I don't want to go there alone. He might probably do something to me." And during that time in our country, Kenya, a lot of fights been going on between couples, and they have been throwing each other from high and tall apartment to they have been throwing them. They've been killing them and throwing them through the balcony. So I didn't want that to happen to me. I told the security guy, "I'm scared this guy might fight me or do something to me. Come over, stand there, but don't talk," because I knew this guy how he is. "Don't talk to him. Just, I want you to stand there. I want him to leave my house." And that's what happened. I walked with the security guard in the lift. I told him, by the time we walked out of the lift, this guy had walked. He was standing outside my door, and I saw his face dropped when he saw me with the security, because he knew I was serious. And I told him, "Never ever try to come to my place. Never ever try to call me or anything." He just looked at me. He walked in